Bow season is right around the corner, and we are all just chomping at the bit to be sitting in a tree stand and leaving this modern world behind us for at least a few hours. We are tuning our equipment, we are planting food plots, we are scouting new areas, hanging our tree stands, and hopefully getting in a lot of practice with our bows. One of the best ways to prepare yourself for the upcoming season is to do a lot of practice shooting at a 3D target from different distances and angles. This will not only help you with just your overall accuracy, but will give you an idea of where you need to aim based on the different angles, the different body positioning of the deer. The perfect shot that we should all be aiming for is broadside and within our effective ranges, maybe 15, 20, 25 yards or so. This gives us the best opportunity for a quick, clean, ethical kill and a short blood trail. Now that doesn't mean that if they're not broadside that you shouldn't take the shot. This is just the highest percentage shot you could take. So if the deer are not broadside, should you take the shot? And we're talking about bow only here, and there are definitely angles other than broadside that can offer you a good opportunity at a quick, clean, ethical kill. Now, there are also angles that I think we should avoid taking. And I know there's always going to be these comments that it doesn't matter the angle or the distance or whatever, these guys can just make the shot. They get that quick, clean kill. They're the best shots in the world. And if you are confident that you can make, good kills at these angles, at these distances, then go for it, I guess. What I'm talking about, I'm not focusing this video on, the highest percentage of archers out there. I'm talking about just your average person who does not have hours and hours and hours dedicated to just shooting their bow. And actually, I think I'm going to amend that a little bit. There are two of the three that I'm going to go over that I think no matter how good you are at shooting your bow, how accurate or how confident you are, I do not think you should take these shots. So like I said, in this video, we're going to go over 3 shots that I think you should not take with your bow. Now, these shots aren't dangerous or anything like that, but they are shots that I think are, low percentage and probably unethical shots. But before we go over these, do me a favor, and if this is your first time on my channel, hit that subscribe button and make sure you click that bell icon so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And if you're looking for broadheads that will help you make those good, quick, clean shots, you definitely need a really sharp broadhead. So check out the Tooth of the Arrow link I have down below for $10 off. And so the first shot that I think you should not take are really sharp quartering to angles. And actually, I'm going to add really sharp quartering away angles too. But with the quartering away angles, you're a little more likely to hit more than just, one of the vitals than you are with a sharp quartering to. And so I'm going to bring in my 3D target, a brand new 3D target, so I can kind of demonstrate a little bit more why I think really sharp quartering to angles are probably a lot more low percentage shots than we should take. And so like I said, the best shot, the quickest, cleanest shot you can take is broadside, double lung. You're going to have short blood trails. You're going to have a good day. However, as you start adjusting the angles, you can see this isn't going to be exactly anatomically correct because, this is a smaller representation. But as you start changing that angle, you really have to start thinking about where the exit hole is, not just the point of impact. And so as you keep going, you're clipping, let's see, about this angle, you're probably getting front lung and then the back end of the farthest away lung. But as you start getting more and more sharp, sure, you're probably going to get that front lung, but you're probably only going to also get liver and then gut shot. And that probably would still kill the deer, but deer can run a long ways with a single lung shot, and you do not want to gut shot a deer. If you've never cleaned a gut shot deer, then you're lucky. But this is something where it's going to take a long time for this deer to die, and that's more opportunity for 1, coyotes to get to it, 2, you never find it, or 3, it could possibly even survive the shot. There's been tales of people shooting deer, clipping the front lung, or they think they clipped the front lung, and they see them again on camera the next year. And it's kind of the same with the quartering away shot. Quartering away, you adjust your aim point back a little bit, you'll get the back end of this front lung, and then you're most likely you're going to cross through, hit some other vitals, get the front end of that back lung, and that's a good shot. However, if you like this, that deer's moving away from you. In order to get the most vitals, you're going to have to aim farther back here. And I think you can still make a pretty quick kill with this, but you have to be very accurate with it. So you got to be very confident in your shot placement, because yeah, you can still get both lungs through this, but you're more than likely you're going to get guts and liver. But I think this is a little better of an angle than quartering 2, but you got to be okay with the absolute god-awful smell of cleaning a gut shot deer. Personally, I think you should just wait for that deer to provide you with a better angle. A lot of times, if you wait even just a few more seconds, that deer will turn and you will have maybe even a broadside shot. Now, I know you're going to see shots like this taken all the time on YouTube, TV shows, but what you don't see is, a lot of times what you don't see is how much work that hunter puts into honing their accuracy, how much work they put into making sure that they have the confidence that they can take those shots. Some are also not very good about telling you, how long it took to recover that deer, or if, how bad they were fighting the urge to gag, or maybe even throwing up dealing with that smell of a gut shot deer. And the second shot that I think you should absolutely not take is a headshot. I'm sure we've all seen that video of a deer wandering into somebody's backyard with an arrow stuck in its head. That is definitely not good optics for hunters. That is definitely something that non-hunters are going to use to try to ban hunting. And not only is this just not a good look for hunters, it's also just a terrible idea. It is a tiny target. You're not going to save any meat by taking a headshot, especially with a bow. It's just not a good idea. Hunters usually take this shot when they are just too impatient, or they're just frustrated with hunting altogether. There's absolutely no reason to take this shot. You just wait a minute, and that deer will give you a good shot opportunity. There's no reason to take a headshot with a bow. And the third shot that you should never take is the Texas heart shot. I don't know how it became known as the Texas heart shot, but if you've never heard of it, it is the old shot right up the poop chute. Yeah, people definitely do that. If you manage to make this shot, I definitely would not want to be the one to clean it. You'll just send an arrow right up through all the intestines in the hopes of hitting some vital organs. And more than likely what you're going to end up doing is you're going to cause that deer to die a slow, painful death, and also more than likely never recover it. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever to take this shot. You owe it to the deer to take the most quick, clean, ethical shots you can take, so that way that deer dies quickly, you spoil less meat, you can recover it quickly, and it's not absolutely terrible to field dress it. The absolute best you can hope for when you are taking a shot at a deer is a double lung. That's the best option. That guarantees the quickest, cleanest kill. So keep that in mind when you're trying to think about whether or not you should take the shot. And so that was 3 shots that I feel like you should not take. If there are other shots you think you should not take, or maybe you've made those shots and you want to share your experiences with them, with other people down below, make sure you leave that down in the comments, because maybe others will learn from your hard-earned mistakes, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that does offer... I have a hard time believing I'm wrong on the last 2, but maybe that first one, maybe that hard, sharp angle towards you, maybe it's a lot more high percentage than I feel it is. Just let us know down in the comments below. Hit that like button if you liked this video, share it if you found it helpful, and make sure that you are subscribed so you can stay informed.